Oscar the cat.
Providence, Rhode Island, the Steer House Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. It is a place where people come to spend their final days, a place of quiet corridors and fading memories. In 2005, the staff decided to make the hospital feel more like a home. They adopted a 6-month-old kitten named Oscar. They hoped he would be a comforting friend to the elderly patients, but Oscar was not what they expected. He wasn't cute, he wasn't playful. In fact, the nurses described him as aloof and ghostly. He spent his days hiding under doctor's desk or staring out the window with his piercing green eyes. If you tried to pet him, he would hiss or bite. He ignored everyone. He was just a shadow moving through the halls on the 3rd floor. No one paid much attention to him until the staff noticed a chilling pattern, a behavior that science couldn't explain.
It started about 6 months later. Oscar, the cat who hated to be touched, suddenly entered the room of a patient named Mrs. Davis. She was unconscious. The nurses tried to shoo him away, but Oscar refused to leave. He jumped onto the bed, curled up tightly against her legs, and began to purr. 2 hours later, Mrs. Davis took her last breath. As soon as she passed away, Oscar stood up, looked at her one last time, and quietly left the room. At first, the doctors thought it was a coincidence, but then it happened again and again. Oscar would patrol the hallways like a doctor on rounds. He would sniff the air, look into rooms, and walk past patients who seemed sick. But if he stopped, if he jumped onto the bed, it was a death sentence. Within a year, he had accurately predicted over 25 deaths. The staff realized this was not random, it was a signal. They created a new, terrifying protocol. If Oscar is sleeping with a patient, call the family immediately. The end is near.
The doctors at Brown University were skeptical. How could a cat know more than modern medicine? One day they decided to test him. There was a patient who had stopped eating and was breathing heavily. The doctors were convinced he would die within the hour. They waited for Oscar to arrive, but Oscar walked right past that room. He didn't even slow down. Instead, he went into the room of a different patient, a man who seemed stable and was chatting with his family. Oscar jumped on his bed and refused to leave. The doctors laughed. They said, "Oscar, you made a mistake this time." But Oscar was not wrong. The first patient, the one the doctors were worried about, survived the night. But the stable man whom Oscar had chosen, he died suddenly, just 2 hours later. The cat knew something the machines missed. After that day, no one questioned him again. Reactions to Oscar were mixed. Some families were terrified of him. When they saw the gray cat enter the room, they screamed. They saw him as the Grim Reaper, a bad omen bringing death to their loved ones. Sometimes they kicked him out of the room, slamming the door. But Oscar wouldn't give up. He would pace outside the door, meowing and scratching the wood, desperate to get back in. Why? Was he stealing their souls? Or was he trying to help? Dr. David Dosa, who wrote a book about Oscar, believes it was empathy. Oscar was often the only living creature with people who had no family left. He offered them a warm presence in their final, coldest moments. He made sure no one died alone. So, how did he do it? Is it magic? Science offers a theory. When the human body begins to shut down, cells break down and release distinct chemical compounds. Humans can't detect it, but a cat's sense of smell is 14 times stronger than ours. Oscar likely smelled the scent of death. To him, it wasn't a prophecy, it was just biology. Oscar passed away in 2022 after comforting over 100 people. His plaque at the hospital reads, "For his compassionate hospice care." Whether he was an angel or just a cat with a good nose, one thing is certain. He made sure no one died alone. What do you think? Was Oscar psychic?
Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this strange and true story, please hit the like button and subscribe. We have many more mysteries to solve. Stay curious.